What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sakefalos here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to install FIFA Mobile 22, the beta version, at least on your phone, and at the same time we'll be doing a little bit of a review of the game, and finally we'll be capping things off with some player openings, some player pack openings I should say, and hopefully we get some good walkouts in the beta. But if you guys going to enjoy this tutorial, please be sure to leave a like as well as hit that big red sub button down below. I'll be grateful and appreciative of your support, but most importantly, you won't miss the next upload here on the channel. And with that being said, let's quickly jump right back in. Let's get things started. So, as we all know, the FIFA Mobile beta is out. I believe it's only available for 3 countries, India, Canada, and Romania. But don't worry, there is a way to circumvent this if you are interested in playing the beta. So I'm going to show it to you today, how precisely we do this. Now, there are a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube. I'm not slandering anyone in any means. All I'm saying is that, some of those tutorials don't work for me. I'm not really sure why, but, essentially, if you're having trouble, this is mainly targeted for people who are looking to get the beta, but they're having trouble acquiring it. So if you're having trouble, you can follow this method. This is 100% tried and tested to work. I have installed it on 2 of my devices. I have sent it to my friends, and both of them have installed the game, and all of us agreed that it has worked seamlessly with no problems at all. So how are we going to get the game precisely? Now, first things first, you need to install 2 things. The first thing you need to install is a VPN. I have installed Super VPN. I am on an emulator, by the way, but it will work on any device, I should add. So I have installed Super VPN. No reason whatsoever, any VPN will work. The reason why I'm going with Super is because this one works for me. So yeah, I'm gonna recommend you the one that, works seamlessly for me, obviously. So yeah, I got this VPN, but anyone should work in theory, provided there is a server that connects you to Canada, India, or Romania. But we'll talk about that in a second part. Not a second part, but slightly later. But for now, just grab a VPN, install it on your phone. Okay, the next thing you want to grab is the FIFA Mobile Beta APK. So how are we gonna grab that APK? I have provided the link to you. It's in the description down below. It should be on the video as well, and it should be in the pinned comment. So I'm just gonna bombard links everywhere so that you guys don't miss it. But yeah, head to this website. It's a MediaFire website, and it's they just download the APK from there. It's 100% safe. There's no viruses, don't worry. That's because this APK is the one that I have used to install it on my devices as well as shared with my friends. And precisely what I've done acquiring this APK is simple. I created a Canadian Google account. I logged into Google Play Store at least. I went into Google Play Store. I downloaded the app, and what I've done is I've essentially extracted the APK for your convenience. Now, what essentially my method is doing is basically I'm skipping the part where you have to create another Google account. So that part is a bit tedious because you have to get the VPN linked up to Canada. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. It's a bit finicky. So I decided to skip out that part entirely. Make things easier for you guys out there. And essentially this is the easiest method that I find. Okay, so grab this APK, like I said, no viruses, nothing. Download it. Once you've downloaded it, install it. I have already downloaded the APK. It's in my file manager. I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and install the APK right here on my emulator. Do you want to install this application? It does not require any special access. Sure, let's go ahead and install it. Let's wait for it to finish first, and I'm gonna do everything live, by the way, just to make sure that I'm not clickbaiting you or essentially not cropping, essentially just to show you everything works in real time. Okay, so the app has been installed. Let's hit done. Do not launch the app first. Okay, if you accidentally launch it, it's fine. All you have to do is you have to go to app settings, clear your data, and then proceed normally. But if you have not launched it, just follow me exactly. Do not launch the app yet. Okay, back out of it. Once you're done, head back to your home menu, whatever screen it is before this. Okay, the app is installed already, but do not open it. I want you to go to your VPN now. So I'm gonna go to Super VPN, and I believe it should pop up a screen where we get to select. It's gonna load a bit first, and I believe it should pop up a screen where you get to select the connection point as well as the location. Now I have Canada selected, but if you guys have not, if you guys are opening up the app for the first time, what you're gonna want to do is this should be a globe icon right here. Hit this icon. And I believe there's only a couple of options. Select Canada because that's the only option available. France, US, Netherlands, UK, Germany, Singapore, Japan, and Hong Kong. Those are not gonna work because again, the only available locations for the beta access is Canada, Romania, and India. So go ahead and have Canada selected. I've already selected it. Let's back out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna connect. Now, it might show you a couple of ads. Don't worry, just wait for it to connect, because after all, it is off the Play Store. It's free, so just wait for it to connect first and wait for it to turn blue. There we go. Once it's connected, back out. And what you're going to do is only now you are going to want to launch the FIFA Mobile Beta. Now, why did I say, connect the VPN first before launching the beta? While the game loads, I'm going to talk to you. Why do I say connect the VPN first before launching the beta? The reasoning is that, if you if you launch it before connecting to your VPN, I assume the app gathers data on your location, because what I have tried so far of my, trial and errors is that, if you have not connected to the VPN and you launch the app is going to somehow detect that you are in a location outside of the three regions, Canada, India, or Romania. So if you're outside of that, when you reach the point where you want to log into the game, it's not gonna let you log in. It's gonna come up some error message where it says, you're in a region outside or something like that. So that's why you have to make sure that you turn on the VPN before launching the game for the first time. So this is the keyword here, is first time. You only do this one time. You don't need to do this multiple times. I'll explain to you why in a second, but yeah, be sure when you're launching it for the first time, make sure you have your VPN on first, okay? So coming back to the reasoning why I chose Canada. Now, I have tried a couple other VPNs which have servers in India and Romania. I'm really not sure why, but what I have found is that those two are not reliable. I really don't know why, but I don't want to trigger anyone here, but I just can't seem to get it to work if I select India or Romania. What has worked for me, however, is Canada. So that's why I'm recommending to you to get SuperVPN as well as the Canada server. So, but in theory, any VPN will work. Any server in Canada, India, or Romania will work, because officially EA has stated the beta is released in Canada, India, or Romania. So it is guaranteed to work. But for me, just because the fact that I have used Canada and it has worked for me, I'm gonna recommend that. Okay, so what else we can talk about is the what the step, what other tutorials have taught you. I'm not trying to slander anyone. I just want to make sure that I highlight to the viewers essentially what are the benefits of this method, and what are the and how does it operate differently from other methods essentially. So in this particular method, as like I said, I am bypassing the creating the Gmail account of a in a Canadian server, or in the Indian server, or in the Romanian server. So the only way to get this app, the official app at least, is to create an account in those servers. But because as a user, we're not all tech geniuses, we're not all tech savants. So sometimes we might have some problems. We might not get the game. We might not be able to. We may be able to create an account, but we might not be able to get a game. God knows how many times I've tried it, and I've got like item not found, retry or something like that. So essentially, it was trying to tell us that we cannot get the game. So essentially, why does this error pop up? What you're gonna have to do if you are still, if you still want to get the game from the Play Store, you're gonna have to remove all your Google accounts. That's because it's interfering with everything essentially. It is essentially clashing with the, the Canadian account. So you're gonna have to remove all those accounts that you've created, your existing accounts, remove them. Make sure that only your, Canadian, Indian, or Romanian account is on your phone. So basically what does that mean is it tells Google Play Store to default to that account, and, essentially it's gonna bring you to the Canadian Play Store or something like that. So, correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm definitely not a tech genius. This is how I understand it, so I could be wrong. But from what I found is that the theory is somewhat similar to this. So in that aspect, when you connect to the Canadian Play Store, the Indian Play Store, the Romanian Play Store, the application should be there if you key in FIFA Mobile Beta. Now, I have tried this myself. Sometimes it does not work, sometimes it works. Because, I'm not really sure, but it's very, very finicky. Because, essentially this tech stuff is very, very finicky. But like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it's not work, which is why I've came up with this method. It's a very straightforward method, and essentially it saves you guys a lot of time. So what you're going to want to do, like I said, is just download the APK. I have already acquired it from the Canadian Play Store, so it's going to work. All you need to do is have a Canadian VPN, and it's going to bring you into the game. No problems at all. Okay, so let's go ahead and wait for the game to load first. I'm just gonna want to talk a little bit about essentially, what you can do with about the beta. So, in the beta, the progress is not going to be able to be transferred into your FIFA Mobile, into your regular FIFA Mobile account. The beta is essentially a testing version. It's essentially a trial version. So, for those of you who are who do play who are playing the beta, whatever you get in that account is not going to be able to be carried forward. So that's something that you should note. Now, essentially why I would highly recommend you trying out this beta yourself, because personally I have given it a try. And I don't want to hype things up. I don't want to say it's remarkable, magnificent and all that. What I will say is it's good. It is very good. It is a bit like the old FIFA. Excuse me. It is like the old FIFAs, like FIFA 15 a bit. It's not a carbon copy, of course, but in terms of certain aspects, it is slightly a bit like FIFA 15. It also takes some inspiration from the console versions of FIFA. So, for those of you who are looking to get that experience here on mobile, this is definitely something that you should look forward to. Now, we're just waiting for the game to load. I'm going to continue with the tutorial of how to get this thing set up. So let's just give it a few seconds. I'm not going to cut the video, and I'm just going to give you guys the tutorial. Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and hit play. Remember, your VPN is on. I'm just going to show it to you again, if I can. Super VPN Canada is on. Alright, so usual procedure, select your age. I'm just gonna select something, and I'm not 37 years old. Any age doesn't matter, essentially. Just select anything and just hit confirm. Okay, so you're going to want to select an account. Now, you can link, it says link an account and all that. It's basically the standard procedure if you're logging into FIFA for the first time. The only available option is the guest account, obviously. So that's the only one you're going to go for. However, if you log into the guest account, I just want to let you guys know, like, if you want to transfer your data in the beta to another phone, it does not work that way. You cannot do that. So whatever progress that you make in this particular account here is not going to be able to be transferred to, say, another device on which has FIFA Mobile Beta as well. So it's basically device exclusive, essentially. That's the term I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and wait for it to load. This is why I say you need to have your VPN on the first time. If you do not have your VPN on the first time, essentially what's going to pop up is that it's going to come up with an error message, essentially, that tells you that you are in an unsupported region, or a country outside of the outside of the outside of the three regions: Canada, India, or Romania. So if you're outside those regions, it's going to give you an error message and you can't even get to this menu. So let's go ahead and wait for it to load. I apologize a bit because this device is kind of laggy, and but in theory everything should work. So there we go. We have Kylian Mbappe here giving us a welcome into FIFA new season and all that. So he's going to give us a tutorial and we should be able to play kickoff. Now, I'm not going to play a game. That's because, I'll just do one skill match just to, prove it to you that it works. Essentially, I didn't want to do it because, there's some lag on this device. I don't think it's going to be very good for you to see the lag. But you know what? I'm just going to show it to you regardless, just to prove that it works, okay? So, let's just wait for it for a second. I am going to show you the, just to show you that the game works. Let's go ahead and hit the first node, learn to shoot, and just wait for it to load. Just give it a second. Okay, let's hit play. So I'm just gonna play this one this one particular skill game, and then we are gonna carry on with the tutorial. Essentially, I just want to prove to you that this works. This is not clickbait or anything. Okay, so let's just go ahead and wait for it to load. Just give it a second, guys. It's a bit laggy for me because my device isn't too great. Even on the emulator, it's not that great. If you guys are having a more powerful phone or something, it should work for you seamlessly. But like I said, my device is kind of weak, so it's gonna take some time. Potentially skip ahead if you want to, but I'm not gonna skip it because I want to make sure that everything is authentic and done in real time, just to prove it to you that it 100% works. Okay, there we go. So looks like we are in the game, and this is the drill. I'm just gonna go ahead, and you can see the lag already. It's terrible. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you that we can shoot the ball, and then we're just gonna forfeit this because the lag is terrible. I don't want to play through the entire thing. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now you've seen that it works. I am gonna forfeit this skill game if we can. Okay, doesn't matter, because like I said, I'm forfeiting because the game is lagging for me. I don't want to show you guys that. Okay, so it should back out into this menu right now. It's gonna force me to play the tutorial. I'm not gonna do that. So at this point in time, what I am gonna show you is for those of you who say, for example, you got the Super VPN that I recommended because your VPN did not work. This problem can happen, by the way. I have tried a couple of VPNs, like I said. The only one that has worked for me is Super. So in theory, in a scenario where you have your preferred VPN, but that doesn't work, so you got the one from Super, I'm gonna show you what you can do essentially, just to carry on playing without worrying about VPN. This applies to everyone essentially. Like let's say you have let's say you got Super, but say you don't want your VPN. Okay, you don't want to have a VPN application on your phone. You can of course uninstall it, and it still will work normally with no problems whatsoever. So let's go ahead and show you how to do it. Now, what I am gonna do is I am gonna terminate the game first, just to prove to you that it works. I am gonna terminate the game. I'm also gonna terminate Super VPN. Let's head back out into the main menu. Okay, so as you can see, FIFA Mobile and Super VPN, right? I am gonna uninstall this. I am gonna uninstall it. You can see it yourself. Uninstalled. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna launch FIFA Beta again. So this will work. I have tried it out myself. You don't need to, once you've done the login for the first time, the most important thing is to log in for the first time. Get your device or something like, that's why I said, this app essentially works on a registration method where it checks out where your device is for the first time. So for the first time, make sure it's registered to Canada. Once you've registered it to Canada or something, it's gonna be able to launch without a problem whatsoever, even though you do not have your VPN. So take a look and see for yourself. Remember, Super VPN is gone. The VPN is essentially eliminated from this device, and if we wait for the loading screen to finish, it should come up and we should be able to enter the game, no problems whatsoever. And there we go. We can enter the game with no problems whatsoever. It's going to bring us back to kickoff. And like I said, I skipped that part because, my device is lagging. So yeah, I'm not going to do the tutorial. So just to show you again that it works, I'm just going to go ahead and hit play. And we should be able to, play the game normally. But again, like I said, just to prove to you that it works, I'm just going to make sure I upload everything here on the real time. And there we go. So we are in again, and we can of course we can of course play the skill game, and as you can see, it's the same laggy skill game, the 2 FPS, 10 FPS skill game. Okay, so that's basically it. So this basically just proves to you that essentially this method works. It's a tried and tested method. I think it's far better than the other methods out there. I am gonna forfeit, of course. I don't want to play this this extremely laggy skill game. We're just gonna leave that. So yeah, this method works, and essentially it will get you FIFA Mobile Beta on your device. Now, I said I wanted to do a little bit of a review. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. We're already 19 minutes into this episode. Just on the fact that I didn't want to cut anything to make sure that everything is authentic and genuine. So basically, yeah, I think it's a well worth sacrifice. Don't worry, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna do a review in the second episode, and at the same time in another episode essentially, and at the same time I'll be doing some player claiming and some player pack openings essentially in that second episode of the beta. So hopefully you found this tutorial helpful, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like as well as hit that big red sub button down below. I'll be grateful and appreciative of your support, but most importantly, you won't miss the next upload here on the channel. And also, I want to make sure that this is also on the agenda. Please be sure to leave a comment, because I want to help you guys out with your game or your or the installation process. If you have any problems whatsoever, like you can't install the game or certain things does not work, do let me know, or say that. No, essentially, if you have any installation errors with the game or the APK, do let me know. I will definitely help you out, and yeah, I'll try my best to help you out at least. So yeah, that's basically I basically want to get that out there. So with that being said, we are running out of time, so we have to end the video here. And hopefully, like I said, it helps you and you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, this is Keflo signing off. Hopefully, I catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.